So thank you all for joining. So today's session is very important because you will know the meaning of many things which we use in our daily life, many words that we use in our daily life, like we say myself, yourself, selfish, selfless, yeah, self confidence, self motivation. So we use these words like self. Today we will try to understand what exactly the self means. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's good.
Yes, sir.
So all of you can mute yourself. That will be best. So that class will be interactive. If anyone has any doubts or something they want to share, please raise your hand. Digitally you can raise your hand, right? So you have reactions like this, right? So you can use this, and I will just call out your name and then you can speak. Okay, students? Yes, that's good. So all of us know that there is something called as gross body, subtle body. We have been discussing this from last two sessions. Yeah, am I audible to everyone?
Sir, can you once again explain gross body?
Yes. So surely I'll explain this in the coming session also. So first, let us start the session with our prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna. Okay. So today we'll be seeing what is body, what are the different parts of our body, and which is the most important part of our body, which we are actually are. So I have an amazing PPT presentation. All of you are able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you please mute yourself. Okay. So today what are we discussing? So this is the wrong slide. Wait one second. Okay. So today we will be discovering ourselves. Okay, what we are exactly are. So the this PPT has been made by Mr. Radhesham Das, who is MTech from IIT Bombay. All of you like to join IITs, and in IITs these kind of sessions are discussed actually, which are very thought-provoking sessions about. So this person is a author of this book by name Discover Yourself, and he is the director of an institution by name Voice. which stands for Vedic Oasis for Inspiration and Culture Education. That is the full form of voice. He is a top ranker in his Bachelor of Engineering Mechanical, and he has worked with many companies like Sesri, Thermax, Mather and Platt. Youth counselor, corporate advisor, author of this book by name Spirituality for Modern Youth, Essence of Bhagavad Gita, Communication, Mediation, Leadership, Time Management Skills. These kind of sessions he gives. And he got Global Excellency Award in the year 2004. So such wonderful personality is. I have seen him face to face. So in this session, first topic we are going to discuss is am I matter or am I spirit? Then we will be seeing what are the processes that happens in living body. Then we will be seeing scientific proof of existence of soul. Mechanism of reincarnation, difference between soul and God, and practical benefits of knowledge of soul. Okay. So my very first question to all of you is this for today's session. Who are you? If I ask you this question, what would be your answer? If you have something to say, please digital hand raise you can make so that I can come to you. Yes. What would be your answer? Jivan Akshay. If I ask you this question, who are you? What would be your answer? Yes, Manasvi. Oh, sorry, I'm not allowing you to unmute. Wait. Okay. Yeah, now you can speak, Manasvi.
Sir, we are human beings.
Okay. So if I ask you who are you, you'll say I'm human being. Okay, very good. Okay,
Sir, no,
Akshay,
sir. Basically, our body is a matter, sir, but our soul is a spirit. It's not a matter.
this is how you will answer in a technical interview. If they ask who are you, please tell me about yourself. If they ask,
Sir,
No,
a living
sir, we
thing.
don't.
if I say I am a soul, you'll say get lost. If you are soul, why should I take you in my company?
Then I would tell like my name is Akhil. I am studying in C4IPL. I did this.
Yes, sir. My name
Okay.
is
Sir,
Trivandrum. It was
excuse me, sir. We tell like we have some talents. We are human beings. We are different
Okay.
from each other.
Okay, all
We
right.
are good
Very
in
good.
some certain things.
So you'll tell about your talents. Okay, okay. Yeah, Dia, what will you say? Who are you if I ask?
So we are the soul living in this body.
Okay. Okay, thank God after this session you will be able to answer, which you have already answered. Okay, good. Okay, all right, you can put your hands down. So yes, from your side, whatever answers you have told is correct. But in reality, what we are, that also we should be knowing, right? So you see, there is something called an identity crisis everywhere. We don't know exactly who we are, because same question I am asking to everyone, you will give different answers, isn't it? Yeah. If I give you some question in your OT exam, and if you give different answers, will it be accepted? Shreyas? No, right?
No, sir.
So if someone is asking you, who are you? We should be able to answer it, isn't it? So that is why this session is meant for. Okay. So that is the actual purpose of this session, so that we know what we exactly are. So let us start. So all of us consider ourselves as a body made up of chemicals, isn't it? So Dr. Harry Monson, professor of anatomy in Illinois College of Medicine. Where is this college? Which country?
Illinois, near Mississippi.
Yes, America, right?
Yes.
ಆಯ್ತು.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Harry Monson, he says that our body is made up of following things. What are those? 5 pounds of calcium, 1.5 pounds of phosphate, about 9 ounces of potassium, 6 ounces each of sulfur and sodium, 1 ounce of magnesium, and less than an ounce each of iron, copper, and iodine. So basically, these are the components with which our body is made up of. So these are the ingredients. But if I ask you now, are you just made up of these chemicals, my dear students?
No, sir.
No, sir, not at all.
Are you just calcium, phosphate, potassium, sodium, and all these chemicals?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
If we are just chemicals, can anyone guess what is the cost of our body?
Sir, about 10 rupees.
10 rupees.
Sir, millions
Less
of
than-
dollars.
Oh, cost of our body is millions.
Sir, because each of our organs are very expensive.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir, our body is not like, we cannot take it as money.
Yes, if we replace each and every part of our body, transplant, let us say, if I want to replace my heart, my hands, artificial legs, eyes, everything I want to replace, it will cost 7 crore rupees. But that is the cost of my body only if I am living, not my dead body. Is dead body of any use other than any medical college? Some medical college may accept my dead body to do some experiments, maximum.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or else everyone will say, "Hey, burn this body. What is this? It is stinking." After 3-4 days, my dear
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡು.
students, please mute yourself. Okay. So, if we just consider ourselves as body made up of chemicals, then dead body also has chemicals, isn't it? But dead body does not have any consciousness. You beat it, you strangle it, you hang it, beat it with sticks. Dead body will not wake up and say, I am alive, because already the body is dead. So our body's cost is not much. If you sell our dead body also, maximum you will get this much money only. Rupees 110. Of course, this PPT was made 4, 5, 6 years before. So 4, 5 years before, the cost was 110 rupees. Now it might have gone till 500 rupees. But if I ask you, now does that sound like you? Is your value just 110 rupees or 500 rupees? Certainly your answer will be no. Right? I never consider myself as a person who has value just 110 or 500 rupees. Right? So let us see what we are exactly are. We consider ourselves costly, right? We don't consider ourselves 500 rupees. Yeah. So let's go ahead. So we are something more than chemicals which constitute this body, right? Then what exactly is our real identity? Let us see. See, what do you see on the screen is, this is a famous actress. I think her name was some Jia Khan or something. Anyone knows who this actress is? I think she is actress of there's some murder movie was there. She committed suicide. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just be online. I'll just take your attendance. Okay, great. So you see,
Sir,
this was yeah. You got the name?
yes, sir. Jia Khan.
Yes, her name is Jia Khan. Some 4-5 years before she committed suicide. Reasons no one knows. Maybe she did get job. She didn't get some job in Bollywood, something, or like that's why she committed suicide. Or in Bollywood, anything can happen, right? They can murder you also. Anything can happen. You cannot say anything. So now, see, when she was dead, this was the situation you see on the screen. And when she was living, she was one of the topmost models and a beautiful actress. So now, if you see when she is living and when she is dead, there are some similarities, right? Whatever chemicals are there in our body are same, right? Whether it is dead body or living body, chemicals don't escape, isn't it? So chemicals are
Yes,
same.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Then what else is similar? But dead body has no feelings. Living body has feelings. Dead body cannot think, right?
Yes, sir.
Dead body will not think, where will I have my dinner in evening time?
Yes,
No
sir.
thinking. Dead body will not have any desires. Living body has desires. All of you are desiring something, some best knowledge you will get from today's session. So that is your
Yes,
desire. Yeah. Dead body has no movement. Living body moves. There is locomotion. All of you have studied in biology. Locomotion. That is the difference between living bodies and dead bodies. Living bodies can move. And what is the last one? Consciousness. Dead body we say unconscious. Permanently unconscious. Yeah. But there is something called as temporary unconscious also, right? But the dying is like permanently unconscious state. So these are the differences between living body and dead body. Just opposite to this, we see in living bodies, right?
Yes,
So it
sir.
is same body, but the soul is gone. So something is missing in dead body, right? Something is missing, isn't it? What is
Yes,
that?
sir.
So that is
Soul.
what we are going to discuss today. Okay. Okay. Someone is telling, Sanjit is telling, dead bodies alone will cost 35,000 rupees. I don't think so.
Sir, sir. Dead bodies,
I you live. I you have to extract within 4 hours.
Yeah.
That too, I is working, heart will work only because that something was there inside consciousness which has left now, isn't it? After 2-3 days, which part is useful? You tell me. Nothing will be useful. I think so. Our future doctors are there in the meeting, right? So, okay, anyways. So it is the same body, but there is some difference between dead body and living body. You see, there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita which says that there is a living entity which is there inside our body, that is called as the Atma or the soul. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. This is the Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter, students. It is called Science of Soul, where Krishna is telling Arjuna, Krishna is giving confidence to Arjuna that we are not these bodies, we are spirit souls. We are something way better than these bodies. And that spirit soul does not have any birth or death. It does not die. And what else? Spirit soul cannot be created nor be destroyed. He has not come into being, does not come into being. Means what? Soul can never be created nor be destroyed. Soul is already existing in this universe from time immemorial. Okay? And will not come into being. It will not be created again. This soul is unborn. Unborn means cannot be created. Eternal. Eternal means permanent. In Sanskrit we say shashvat, right? Soul is shashvat. But body is temporary. Ashashvat. You have heard about these things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shashvata, ashashvata we say.
Sir, can you explain the meaning of spirit?
Yeah, spirit means spiritual. It is not like body, it is something higher level. You cannot see it. That is called as spirit. Okay? Ever
Okay, sir.
existing. Ever existing means soul is existing from a long time. Millions of years. Billions. Primeval. Primeval means soul is the beginning. Primeval means beginning. Okay? He is not slain when the body is slain. So this comes in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 20th verse. So soul can never be created nor be destroyed. Soul can never be killed with any weapons. Soul cannot be evaporated by sun. Soul cannot become wet. Soul cannot be killed with weapons. Like this, there is description in our Bhagavad Gita. 2nd chapter, 20th verse. Did you all understand this sloka, students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the translation of that sloka. Translation. Okay. Now see, this is how our body changes shape, right? From birth to old age. See, you can see from left side to right side what is happening. We were born, we were very small, right? Our body was very small, our eyes were very small, legs, hands were very small. Then as we grow, the size of the body increases. Here you can see body has grown up into adult. Then you are becoming old. Then finally you can see what is happening. Body has become very weak. And finally what remains? We are dead, and what remains? Only bones remain.
The skeleton body.
Yes. So we just merge into that earth, right? After the death.
Yes, sir.
All these changes are happening because of what? All these changes happened because there was some living entity which was there inside our body, isn't it? Or
Yes.
else, if that living entity is not there, we will just drop dead, right? We are just unconscious. We will just drop dead. So that what is there inside us, that is actually giving us power. That is what actually giving us energy. When a baby is born, see, all of you might have studied in biology. 9 months the baby remains in the womb, right? At every stage its size increases, or it is just like a bundle of muscles in the beginning. Then it develops into a well grown up baby, right? at the end of 9 months, and it comes out. And immediately when the baby comes into this world, it cries. Huh? Because it is a suffering. Child is in the womb for 9 months. What will be the condition of that baby inside the womb? It is inverted, ulta. If I keep you ulta inside the room, will you feel happy?
No, sir.
No, right? How much suffering baby has. So baby is in the surroundings. What is there around that baby inside the womb? Blood, mucus, urine, all nonsense things are there around that baby in the womb, isn't it?
Yes,
And
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
there will be the tapeworms, ringworms, which will be biting that baby. So condition is so critical inside the womb.
Yes.
So baby will be literally praying, when will I come out of this suffering? And once it comes out, it will cry. It becomes so emotional, it cries. So crying is normal actually, right? If baby does not cry, parents will cry. Why this baby is not crying? So that is actually natural. If the baby cries, that means it is normal. Are you all understanding?
Sir,
Yes,
it is a
sir.
slight conscious.
Sir,
Also not
Yes,
fully conscious.
sir.
sir, if the baby is not crying, that means it has some disease or mental abilities.
Yes, that means there is some problem. Parents will start crying. Why my baby is not crying? Yo, is there doctor? Is there anything wrong with my baby? Please tell, please tell. Then doctor tries to calm them down. Don't worry, don't worry. No problem. It will cry, don't worry. So sometimes the doctor has to hit a pat on the back of the baby. Then it starts crying. Because sometimes baby will become unconscious when it is coming out. Then the doctor gives a pat on the back. Then the baby starts crying. You are all understanding what is happening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understand, sir.
Now, what is the difference between this body and soul? Let us see. Body is what? Just matter.
Yes, sir.
So, body is made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So, these are the 5 elements. Pancha Mahabhutas, we say. And soul is called spirit. Spirit is better than matter. Right?
Yes, sir.
We say mind is like spirit. We cannot see the mind. We cannot see our intelligence. We cannot see our false ego.
Sir, it is abstract.
Yeah, it is called subtle. Subtle means
Yeah.
sukshma. Okay, just 1 second, students. Yeah, spirit is something which is actually something which cannot be seen. Are you understanding?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And it is said the size of the soul is 1/10,000 the tip of the hair. The soul size is very small. Somewhere when the baby is 3 or 4 months old, the soul enters the body, and after that only the face develops, eyes develop, ears develop, our mouth develops, hands, legs, all these parts of the body comes out from the baby. Until the soul enters this, just the seed, it is just a seed, right? A baby in the beginning month, in the first month when it is in the womb, it is just a muzzle.
Zygote.
Yes, sir.
So until the soul enters that body does not develop this face. Every one of us have a unique fingerprint, unique voice, unique face, isn't it? All these things come
Yes,
from the
sir.
soul. All these things comes into picture only when the soul enters the body. Are you all getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
just
Yes, sir.
recently, uh, on 6th of July, I got a baby child, baby girl. So when I had gone to the doctors somewhere like 4 or 5 months when the baby was, they have to, we have to go for this ultrasound. All of you know what is ultrasound, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Sir, like X-ray.
It's a deep scanning using high frequency waves.
Yes, ultrasound. It is a sound signal. In our next session, we will be learning about science of sound. So all of you should attend 4th session also. There, in and out about sound, I am going to tell. It is going to be a very scientific session. Now also today's session is also very scientific, students. So when I am talking, I am a physics teacher. I should talk in terms of science. So if I just tell something, it won't be good, right? All of you are scientific students. All of you are learning science. You are all studying in very good schools and colleges. So we have to be very scientific when we talk something. So first time when I went for ultrasound, they checked everything and they gave me the report. It was said still the baby is not live. Live means it is not living. That means heart is not beating. So I got scared. What is this? Then they say, doctor said, don't worry, sir. The time is not over. Usually between 3 to 4 months, this is the time when actually the heart starts beating. So do one thing, you come after 1 week. Then we will do again ultrasound scanning and then we will let you know what is the status. If something is not going well, then doctors will tell us we have to go for abortion. So then they have to remove the baby out of the womb by many other techniques, which is not good. Abortion is not a good thing, right? Killing
Yes,
the baby inside the womb,
bad.
that is not good. Abortion is not allowed for unnecessary things.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
only if some critical thing is there, then they will go for it. So then after 1 week I went, they said everything is okay, sir. There is heartbeat, and the heartbeat of a 3 month, 4 month baby, it will be like 109 beats per minute. Now, what is the normal beats? How many? How much we should have?
80 to
71.
70.
71.
70 to 80, right? It's
Yes,
like
sir.
normally 72 we
At
say.
rest.
Huh?
At rest.
But usually small children, small babies, they have a heartbeat like 100 to 120. So my child had 110 something heartbeat rate. So nothing to worry. Heart is beating. That itself is great thing. So I was happy. My wife was happy. But baby actually suffers inside the womb, right? Our body also suffers after once we come to this world. It is full of sufferings only. Somewhere we get happiness and we think that is all in all. Oh, today I'm happy. Tomorrow we may be suffering. Who knows? Okay, anyways, let us be positive. So body is not conscious. I told you body is just a dead matter. What is soul? Soul is conscious.
Sir.
Soul gives us consciousness, right? If I pinch all of you, you will feel the pain. That is thanks to whom? The soul which is
Soul.
inside our body.
Soul.
Or else dead body doesn't feel the pain, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Body changes, right? In the background you have this diagram, right? Where body is changing from boyhood to adulthood, adulthood to old age, and then death. Finally, only skeleton remains. So body is changing, right? What body we had when we were children, we were so small, right? Whenever we see our childhood photos, we feel, hey, this is me. So small child. And after that, when we come to our adulthood, boyhood, we see so many changes. It is said every second the cells are dying and new living cells are being created, right? In our body.
Yes, sir.
All of you have studied this in biology.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Cancer.
sir.
When someone has cancer, it is said forcefully we have to kill those cells and some living new cells will grow. So cancerous cells have to be removed through surgery, through what is that gamma rays, X-rays and all they use to kill those cells. That's why those who have cancer, they lose their hair. You have seen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because along with those cancerous cells, some living cells also die. The cells which are there in the hair, they also die. Because of that, they become bald, or the hair has to be removed. So it is very dangerous, right? Using gamma rays. Gamma rays is one of the dangerous radiations.
Yes, sir, because it's the highly penetrable compared to alpha and beta rays.
Yes, ultrasound and gamma rays, they have very high frequency. And they have very high energy also. Okay. But soul, is there any change in soul? Soul remains same size. No change. So what is the size of the soul I was telling just?
So what
1
be
by
10,000? The size of the tip of
1 by 10,000 of the size of a tip of a hair.
In hair.
1 by 10,000.
Of a tip of
10 to the power 4, sir.
1 by 10,000 part. Tip of the hair. If you take our hair, part of the hair, tip of the hair, if you cut, make 100 pieces first. Then take one piece of that and make again 100 pieces. Then that one piece, what you get, that is 1/10,000 the part of the tip of the hair. That is the size of our soul. And it is said, our soul is in the region of our heart. Our heart is there, no? In that region, the soul actually resides. In Sanskrit, we call it as Atma. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, Krishna Prasad?
No, sir, I just had a doubt. Does it exist as a synaptic node in our heart?
Yeah, it's like we say localized, we say, no?
Yes, sir.
Like that. It does not move anywhere. Only
Okay.
when body is unfit, body is about to die, then soul leaves the body. So we have 9 gates. Our body has 9 gates. So soul has to live through any of these gates. You are getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Gate means openings, like 2 eyes we have, that is the opening. 2 nostrils, that is the opening. 2 ears, mouth, and then genitals, and another one, rectum. So these are the 9 openings in our body. So our body is called as city of 9 gates. Okay. Body is temporary, right? Hardly we live for 10 years, 100 years. Average lifespan is 100 years. If someone lives for 100 years, that itself is great thing. But soul, it is said soul has been eternal. It has been in this universe since billions of years. We are all souls. Soul can never be killed. So, and soul is unborn. I was telling you in that sloka, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, soul is never born. Soul just enters from one body to another body at the time of death. That anyways we will see later. What basically happens to soul at the end of our life. And soul is eternal. Eternal means permanent. It never dies. Okay. And body is actually a dead matter, and soul is called as living thing. So when I say living thing, that means it is the soul. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. So just that's what we were discussing from long time now. Are you the body which you see in the mirror?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
But you are something, a living entity which is there inside that body, right?
Yes, sir.
So you see, I will show you. See how nicely it is made, right? This diagram. So what you see from outside is this face, but inside you see eyes is like a camera, right? You can see in the region of eyes there is a camera kept. And our brain is like motherboard, isn't it? It processes information, yeah. And our stomach is like engine. Can you see one engine here in the stomach region?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you can see
Yes,
inside
sir.
the heart. Inside the heart, there is one person wearing one headphone. You can see that, and
Yes,
he
sir.
has the steering.
Yes, sir.
So that soul has the steering, and soul is actually operating our body, isn't it? So what are we exactly? Are we the outside body or that white color personality who is sitting inside with
The latter, sir.
Sir, white color personality.
and driving
Sir,
our
soul.
body?
Sir,
Yes.
white.
Yes. So my name is Manish. Manish is the name of my body or that driver who is there inside?
Body. Body.
Driver, right? Manish is not the name of my body. Manish is name of my soul.
Soul.
So when I die, they say Manish left the body. Manish passed away. Body is there only, no? Are you all understanding common sense?
Yes, sir. Logical.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Logic. Okay. So we are all Atma, and Atma is our real driver. And this body is like a car. So who is without without driver, cars cannot run. I am not talking about Google cars, driverless cars. They also, there is a human being behind those cars, right? They didn't come into existence by chance. Someone flicked the coin and a new Tesla car came out. Nothing like that. A human being has made it, right? So there is a soul behind the car. There is a soul behind driverless cars also. There is a person who has to handle the robots also, right? Robots are not automatic. Someone is controlling them, isn't it? Yeah. So without this controller, no body can work. So see, what we see outside, are we these outside things? What we see actually? Are we these bodies? What we see from outside?
No, sir.
No. So from material point of view, what people say, we are more bodies made up of matter. Right? This is a wrong notion, right? Are we bodies made up of matter? Is it just matter?
It's not just matter. It's
It is made up of matter, but not just matter.
Yes. If we are matter, our cost of the body is just 500 rupees. I told you. If we are just chemicals, we are not. We are no more than a chemical bundle. This is what people think, right? Some scientists say that we are just chemicals, but are we just chemicals? Made up, our body is made up of chemicals? No.
spiritually
Our
chemicals. And that spirit is nothing but the soul.
externally, hardware is chemicals, but software is spirit.
Yes, sir.
Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So people think everything is finished at the time of death. If we consider ourselves as body, then when someone dies, we say khatam ho gaya, over. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, we are not these bodies, we are spirit, souls. So does our do our identity ends at the time of death?
No, sir.
No,
Continues.
sir.
No, right?
No, sir.
So our inside there is body, there is soul inside which goes out. So that soul has to take some other body. Later we will see that. So there is some principle of karma, action, reaction, sinful activities. We should always do good in our life, they say. All these things are there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us see from spiritual point of view. There is some spirit inside our bodies, right? You can see the shining thing which is there inside in the region of the heart. That is actually our real identity, right? We are not material body. We are all what? Spirit souls. We are spirit souls, but that soul is encaged in the material body. So we are all caged inside that body, right? We are not liberated. We are not free. The soul is suffering in this world, right? We have diseases, we have many pains, sufferings, we are unhappy, we are sorrow, we have sorrow. Our life is like a wave going up and down. So that's why we say the soul is encaged in this body, right? We do not die when material body stops to function. Do we die?
No,
We are
sir.
all soul doesn't have death. Soul can never be killed with weapons.
Yes, sir.
Evaporated, soul cannot become wet. Soul cannot be killed with weapons. So this is the description given in Bhagavad Gita. So what you see is externally this car, but without driver this car cannot run, isn't it? Yeah. So see, there is a driver inside. What is the difference between external car and driver inside? Both of them see, right?
No one will be inside, sir. No one will operate it, sir. When a
Yes.
person will be inside, there will be someone to operate.
Can you
Yes.
see what is the similarity between car and the human body? Cars have headlight to see. We have eyes to see. Correct? Yeah. Sound.
Yes, sir.
There is a horn inside the car, and all of us
We have
have
mouth,
mouth.
sir.
We have mouth to speak. Engine gives energy, right? Like that, pumping of the heart gives us energy, right?
Alongside stomach and other and cellular metabolism.
Yes, main thing is heart. Energy is stored in the liver, right? In the form of glycogen,
Yes,
glucose.
sir.
So, car has engine which gives energy, and our body has heart. Car has tires to move. Our body has legs to move, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
The car cannot budge 1 inch without the driver. Same way, the body is termed dead without the presence of the driver. Who is the driver of our body?
The soul.
Oh,
Heart, soul.
Yes, all of you are understanding. So now you see there is one story of this. What do you see on the screen? Can you see one parrot inside a cage and one lady is cleaning the cage? Can you see that picture?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So same like that parrot. If you just go on cleaning the golden cage every day, and if you don't feed the parrot, that parrot will die, right?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there is a living entity inside that cage. So this cage is like this body, and that parrot is considered to soul. If you don't feed the soul, then what happens to that parrot? Parrot is living. Every day that lady is going and cleaning the cage. What will happen to the parrot if you
Parrot
don't
will
give it
Die.
food?
See,
See, it has
starved
become
full,
weak.
it will eventually die.
It will starve and die. Same way, every day, whatever activities we are doing for our body, right? Sleeping we are doing for body, eating for body. Literally every activity we are doing is for body. Are we feeding anything to the soul? Are we doing anything for the soul?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, sir. Aside from spiritual work like praying,
Yes.
well as
Yes. All of us are doing something for the soul. That is like prayers, meditation. That is called food for the soul. Okay. So all of you are doing, don't worry. Your soul is intact. But if we consider ourselves as body and just keep on feeding the body, no concept of soul only, then that we are not leading proper life, right? Then we are not leading life of values, isn't it?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Our situation will be like this parrot in this cage if we don't feed our soul. Understanding everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So golden cage. So lady is cleaning that golden cage every day so nicely. Like that we are feeding our body every day. Gulab jamun, rasagulla, nicely we are feeding. But if we forget the soul, then that is not proper. Are you all getting what I am trying to tell?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Of course, our fifth session will be food for the soul. What should we do for the soul? That we are going to learn in the fifth session. Fourth session will be science of sound. Okay, now let us go to next topic. What are the 6 changes in our living body? Our body undergoes 6 changes from birth to death. What are those 6 changes? Is man not just a powerful computer or robot? Are we not like robot students?
No, sir.
No, sir, not robots.
A robot is designed according to human body only, right?
Yes, sir, it is like design.
Legs.
Sir, but there's no soul inside.
Sir, we can think for ourselves and act whatever we want to do, sir. But a robot
Doesn't have
just do
the
whatever it's supposed to.
intelligence of a human mind
Yes.
or the
So
thinking or emotions of a human mind.
yes. So just like robot has to be controlled by a remote control, there is a person behind it. Just like that, our body is also like a robot, but someone is controlling it. And that from the session we learned that it is the soul, Atma, whose size is so small. It is spirit. Spirit is so powerful. You see that small soul is controlling our whole body. It is giving us consciousness. Someone is pinching us, we feel the pain. Because there is soul, the mind is working, intelligence is working, our ego is working. Can you imagine how powerful that soul is? That's why spirit is very powerful, we say. So if you see, what is the difference between a drama recorded by camera and drama recorded by human beings? So
Sir, drama recorded by camera is one-sided, sir. Means the drama will just go record in the camera, but if it is a judges, everyone will comment and they'll give back answers, and it will be like double-sided, sir.
yes, judges can give feedback, camera cannot give feedback. Judges have emotions, right? After watching some drama,
So the camera will just record the drama. It will not have its opinion about it. But
Yes.
judges will have their own opinion.
cameras doesn't give opinion, feedback. Camera doesn't have feeling. Judges have feelings, right? They have emotions. Judges have emotional quotient, intelligent quotient, spiritual quotient. Camera is just a machine. Camera just does the work what we want to do. So
Yes.
camera has to be charged also.
To record moments.
Camera battery has to be charged. In human beings, soul has to
No
be there.
battery has to be charged.
That soul will get energy when we feed the body. Body and soul are connected, right? They
Yes,
are not
sir.
independent. It is like software and hardware. Hardware is there, software also should be there. Without software, we cannot have this session, right? I have
Yes.
only the laptop, but there is no Windows in that. It won't work, right?
It will just be an essential paperweight.
Yes. So camera doesn't have experience. After watching drama, human beings may cry, right? Many people cry after watching movies. Camera will not cry. Human beings will cry. You can hear the sound of a lady crying behind. That is just a PPT sound, okay? Don't worry. No one is crying over here. So see, camera doesn't have emotions. Judges have elation, sorrow, anger. Judges will show anger, feelings, emotions. Camera doesn't have consciousness. Judges have consciousness, right? And camera does not do judging. Judges are able to judge because it has consciousness. Human body has consciousness. That's why we can judge, right?
The intelligence of them to
Yes.
make to provide their feedback,
Yes.
how it can improve and what things had went wrong.
Yes, chemotherapy is used to cure cancer. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead. So there was this founder, one Swamiji, founder of ISKCON. His name is Srila Prabhupada. This person, have you seen? If you go to ISKCON temples, you can see this great personality, a great saint. So someone asked him one time when he was alive. He died in 1977. He left his body. So he was a person who spread this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita throughout the world. He was a very spiritual person and one of the great saints that the world has ever seen, because of whom today ISKCON temple has spread all over the world. There are 600 temples. Now someone asked him, Swamiji, I think our body is just a complex machine that gets worn out and crashes. Why should we bother about some soul powering the body? So someone asked him, reporter, what is he asking? Just why can't we just consider ourselves as complex machine? Why should we consider ourselves as soul and all these things? Why it is required? Then Swamiji, what did he say? So what did Swamiji say? Can anyone read?
Does your car or computer grow? Do you have a male and female car that can unite and produce a baby car? A living body undergoes 6 changes, whereas matter just
Depreciates.
depreciates.
Depreciates means becomes weak, old.
It is a soul that makes living body alive.
So don't you think what Swamiji is telling is correct? Only a living body can reproduce another body, right? Only when I am living, I can produce a baby, right? Reproduction can happen and a baby can be born. Can a male car, there is like, is there something like male car, female car, they unite and one new baby car comes out? So only when the soul is there inside the body, when the body is living, these things can happen, right? So that means our body is not chemicals. It has something, it is something more than that. Yeah. So what is the difference between living body and dead body? A living body undergoes 6 changes. That I will show you in some time. What are those 6 changes body can undergo? A male and female living body can multiply similar species. Machines cannot reproduce. Living body has consciousness, thinking, feeling, and willing, while matter has no consciousness. So these are the 6 changes that body undergoes. What is the first change that body happens to the body?
Birth,
First thing is
Birth.
what? Yes.
the existence in this world.
Yes.
Growth.
Then the body starts growing, right?
Growth.
Only if the soul is there inside the body grows. Then maintenance. We have to maintain our body by giving it food, right? Our stomach has to be full,
Yes,
or else
sir.
our body cannot be maintained. Every month we need to go for checkup. At least every once in a year we should have a body checkup, right? Maintenance is important. Next, production of byproducts, right? Human being can produce more byproducts. Same way animals, living beings can produce more and more living beings. They can expand, right? That is called production of byproducts. Byproducts means children. Dwindling. Dwindling means what? Body becomes weak, right? We are not able to walk properly. That is called dwindling. In old age, this thing happens, right? Dwindling happens in old age. We are not able to walk properly. Our body is trembling, shivering. Teeth will be cracking. We are not able to eat properly. That is called dwindling. And what is the last change that happens in the body? Death. So all of you kindly remember these 6 things. All of you take screenshot of this, if possible. These are the 6 changes that take place in our body. Okay. Till here, anyone have any doubts? Is there anyone who says, sir, these 6 changes don't happen in my body? Anyone like that?
No, sir.
I have a doubt regarding the Swamiji's quote. I couldn't see that properly, sir. Could you kindly explain what was that quote?
Okay. Someone is telling, why don't we consider ourselves as some complex machine? Why should we consider ourselves as soul? All these things. Some reporter is asking him. You can see in the background some cars, right? Male and female cars, they are producing one baby car in between. Is that possible? That is what Swamiji is telling him. He is giving him scientific answer, right? Does your car grow?
No, sir.
If you buy a new car, can a 5-seater car become 7-seater car after some time?
No, sir. It will remain a 5-seater car. If it gets old within time, it will become a 3-seater car should those last 2 seats break off.
It is just a matter, right? It does not grow like our human body. Our human body is growing because there is soul inside. Yeah. Swamiji is telling living body undergoes 6 changes. That's what we saw now, right? What are the 6 changes? Can anyone tell me? Birth. Second one.
Growth, maintenance, production of byproduct.
Yes. Next.
Dwindling.
Dwindling. Death. Very good. Very good. Who is that? Who told?
Sir, Akhil.
Akhil, yes. Oh, Gagan na Akhila.
Sir, Akhil, sir.
Okay, Akhil. Very good, ma. You will get one gift from my side tomorrow in school. So 6 changes that body undergo. Did you understand what Swamiji is telling here? He is telling that soul, it is the soul that makes living body alive. Reporter is telling why we should think about soul. We just want we will just feed our body and lead a life of eat, drink and be merry. But we have to consider ourselves as soul because soul is giving us the energy. That's what Swamiji is trying to make him understand. Did you understand?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. So now let us see what is our body actually. So our body has 3 parts. What are those? First is gross body. Gross body means the one which you are seeing here. You can see the face, you can see the ears, you can see the hair, you can see the head, trunk and legs. This is called gross body. Gross body is like matter, right? Made up of earth, water, fire, air and ether. Now did you understand what is gross body? The body which you can see externally, that is called gross body.
Yes, sir.
Now inside that there is, so gross body is made up of these 5 elements. What are those? Earth, water, fire, air and ether. Now within this gross body there is another body called as subtle body, which you cannot see. This is transparent. Are you all understanding?
Yes, sir.
So what does subtle body contain? Mind, intelligence and ego. So how many layers subtle body has? Three layer.
3.
Sir, what is ether?
Ether is you call it as vacuum, right? That is ether actually. Are you understanding? Our body has vacuum inside, right? Actually, it is not vacuum. It is called ether. It is a medium. It is said sound needs ether medium to travel. Light travels through vacuum to reach Earth, right? From sun to Earth, there is vacuum in between. Actually, vacuum is not absence of air. Actually, vacuum is also a medium. It is called as ether. According to our scriptures, vacuum is also a medium, which is called as ether. Remember this. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Ethereal membrane. Krishna Prasad, in wave optics, have you studied about Huygens theory?
No, I am not sure, sir. We haven't studied wave optics. We've studied ray optics.
Yeah, in wave optics, you study light travels through a medium called as ether. So there is
Okay.
this scientist by name Huygens, Christian Huygens. He told, but some scientists told and disproved him that there is nothing like ether and all. But our scriptures say that ether is there. This vacuum is nothing but a medium through which light travels. You're understanding?
Yes, sir. And I think the Huygens theory can be proved, sir, given that light can exhibit particle as well as wave matter. Particle
Yes,
matter, nothing but similar to matter itself. So therefore, it can be proved that it is a medium, indeed.
Yeah, but Huygens does not talk about particle nature of light. Huygens talks only about wave theory.
Okay.
He says that light is a wave, and this wave travels through a medium called ether.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you explain subtle body?
Subtle body means this only. Subtle means which cannot be seen.
Okay, sir.
Can you see my mind, intelligence, and false ego?
No, sir.
That is called subtle body. Subtle means something which cannot be seen.
Okay.
Excuse
And
me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the vacuum in our body?
Sorry.
Sir, what is the ether or vacuum in our body?
Yes, sir. So we can prove existence for earth, water, fire, and air in our body, but I'm unable to prove the existence for ether in our body.
No, most of our body is empty space, right?
Yes, sir.
That empty space is called ether.
Oh, okay, sir.
Did you understand now?
Yes, sir. But
Empty
sometimes
space is vacuum, they say, no? In barometer, there is a vacuum layer, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is the existence of soul scientifically proven?
Yes, I will show. I will come to it. Next slide is that only. Okay. Now listen next. Within the subtle body, there is another thing. What is that inside our body? Soul. Sorry, understanding this is actually the main structure of human body. Human body contains 3 layers. What are those? First layer is gross body, which can be seen.
Then subtle body and soul.
Soul.
Second layer is subtle body, which cannot be seen. And third layer is the smallest part of the body, which is what is that? Soul. And who is the main driver?
The soul.
Soul operates subtle body and gross body. It is the soul which controls subtle body and gross body. So don't think that, sir, something is small means it does not control. So the smallest thing is controlling our big body, right? Can you imagine? So that soul is not ordinary. It is a spirit. It never dies. Can you imagine?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, doesn't the subtle body control the gross body like mind, intelligence?
Yes, that's what I'm telling. Mind controls the senses that we have already studied in first session. Correct? So subtle body controls gross body, soul controls subtle body, and soul indirectly controls gross body also. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So without soul, gross body is useless, right? Gross body is just Now we are coming to the main part of this session. What is that? Scientific proofs for
Proofs
existence
for
of
existence of an anti-material personality.
soul. Yes. So the first, what is the first proof? Let us see. First proof is common sense. First proof is what? Common sense. So now you are able to see one dead body on the screen. So now dead body is there only, but all the people around the dead body are crying. Oh, this person left the body. We are missing this person. Mr. Manish has left the body. Everyone is crying, but the dead body is there only. No, who has passed away? What body is still there? Who has passed away? Tell me, who has passed away?
The soul.
The soul inside has passed the body. I mean, it has left the
Yes.
body.
The body.
All of,
Abandoned.
all of you by common sense know this, right? Logical. It is, isn't it scientific?
Yes, sir.
Logical.
It happens in our life. When we go to a funeral ceremony, we also cry and say, this person was very good. He left his body. Body is not given any importance. One time there was an husband and wife. They used to love each other so much. But one day what happened? The husband suddenly died. And the wife who was loving her husband so much, she told, some people came to the house, she told, please take this body away. Please take this body away. Hey, it is your husband, no? Why that wife is not loving that body now?
Because the husband is not
But
present.
his soul left.
Soul of the husband.
The real goodness left.
Yes. Common sense, right?
Yes, sir.
So that the wife which was loving her husband so much before death, now she is telling, please take this dead body. I don't want to see this. It is said dead body is actually should be burned within 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, or else it will start stinking. Are you understanding what I am trying to tell?
Yes, sir.
So first common sense, that is the first scientific proof. Did you all understand this?
Yes, sir.
So the soul is leaving the body. So all of us we know this common sense. Second proof is consciousness. What is the second proof?
Sir, proof for what?
Existence of soul.
Okay, sir.
What is the first proof? Common sense. What is the second proof?
Consciousness.
All of us are consciousness. That means there is something else inside our body which is giving us consciousness. Are you all understanding? Are you all conscious now?
Yes, sir.
Are you all living?
Yes, so living.
Oh, that means soul is
Normally,
there inside. Don't worry.
books they'll tell
Soul is
like,
there.
sir, normally in books they'll tell like organs are coordinating each other and they form an organ system, so we are living and all.
That is biology tells that. Even doctors talk about body, but doctors should know that there is something else inside the body which is living, right? They know that common sense. That soul is not under the control of doctors. Doctors can just try to do some surgery and they can keep the soul inside the body for some time. Are you all understanding? Is soul controlled by doctors?
No, sir.
Can doctor stop our death?
No, sir.
Can doctor stop the soul going out of the body?
No,
No.
sir.
No,
That's
sir.
not prepared.
Temporarily, they may say, temporarily our body can be alive for 15-20 days. Let's say I have to die after 20 days. So doctors will keep us alive for next 20 days. They'll try their best. But at the end, they have a garland with them. If operation successful, doctor will get the garland. If operation not successful, the dead body will get the garland. That is the only difference. Are you all understanding?
Yes, sir.
Second proof is consciousness. So all of us are conscious. That means our soul is there inside our body. I told you the story of that my baby, still the heart was not beating. So my baby was not conscious until 4th month. Until the soul enters the body, I told you our body does not get shape without the soul. Only when the soul enters, heart starts pumping. Then heart develops, lungs develop, and all the organs of our body develops only when this living entity enters the body. Are you all understanding?
Yes, sir.
So actually the semen, usually male people have semen. So this is like a seed which grows into a baby, right? All of you have learned this in biology. That semen is so powerful, right?
It's called sperm.
Yes,
Male
sperm.
possess sperm.
Yes, it is the semen, the sperm through which the soul enters the woman. Are you all understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So actually, this soul comes into this world through a medium, and one of those medium is this sperm. Did you all understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now next, so camera doesn't have consciousness, but our body has consciousness. Our body has emotions. Consciousness, emotions are very close to each other. What is the third proof? Near death experience. What is the third proof? Near death experience. And the fourth proof is out of body experience. So there are four proofs for existence of soul. First one is common sense. Second one is consciousness. Third one is out of body experience.
Near death. Sir,
Or
near.
One is called NDE. What is NDE? Near death experience.
Then is
And fourth one is out of body experience. So there are cases, scientifically it is proven that sometimes the soul goes out of the body and comes back. So that is called out of body experience. Are you all understanding? What
Yes,
is
sir.
near death experience? Near death means person goes very close to the death and again comes back.
Yes,
It is
sir.
like person goes to coma and again becomes alive. So that is also because of the soul which is there inside our body. And the fifth proof is reincarnation. All of you have heard about reincarnation. Reincarnation in Sanskrit means punarjanma,
Rebirth.
rebirth. Yes. So
Sir, same soul,
reincarnation.
different body.
Yes. Karan Arjun movie you might have seen. There are many movies where a hero comes. Hero is killed in the beginning and he comes as reincarnation again.
Yes, the most recent
Even
movie.
you guys also prove.
That also has proof.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
But then eventually got reincarnated as a fly. A funny one.
Yes.
Telugu. Sir.
No. Actually, human beings they can take birth as animals also in next life. That is also reincarnation. So soul at the time of death, Bhagavad Gita says, soul changes the body. So we go from one body to another body. That's why this concept of karma is there. Are you understanding? Action and reaction. Whatever we do in this life decides our next life.
Yes, sir. Buddha said that, sir. About that.
Yes. So that is actually 100% true. That's why our parents give us samskaras, right? Right from childhood, they give us good habits. They ask us to do only good to others. They never want to us to fall in bad habits. They don't want us to smoke. They don't want us to drink because we are destroying the body by doing so. And when body becomes weak, what happens? The soul leaves the body. So that is what happens. Dwindling and death. First, the body becomes worn out, gone, old age, diseases. Then it has to die. Body dies, but not the soul. So, I will show you one video where they explain about reincarnation. So, there are many cases. If you go to internet,
So, but the most famous case is Shanti Devi's case during Gandhiji's period.
Yes, Shanti Devi. And there is another case about a girl named as what is her name? That is there in my PPT. I will show you. Shanta Devi or something. Not Shanta. Some Devi. So if you go to Google, just type Ian Stevenson. He is a psychologist. He is a Canadian psychiatrist. Who is Ian Stevenson?
He's a Canadian
Canadian
psychiatrist who
So
specializes
he
in
is,
the study of psychology.
yes. So he has made around 2,000 cases of reincarnation, out of body experience, and near death experience he has studied. So see here, afterlife cases, all of you can study this. This will be a good food for your soul, good food for your knowledge. So he has, you can see there is a PDF here. If you want, I can share in the group. Ian Stevenson and cases of reincarnation. So he has proved it practically. He saw those people who got reincarnated and he studied their cases and finally proved that the reincarnation is true. If I say that reincarnation is true, you will not believe. But if a Canadian scientist is telling, you have to believe, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So there are people who reincarnated themselves in this life and they remember their previous life. There are some people. So why it is that some people remember their previous life and some people don't? Can anyone answer?
Because of their mistakes and of their good deeds. If they rewarded good deeds, then God would indirectly provide them good life somewhat. Indirectly, they would be benefited from the good deeds of the previous life. If they have done a bad deed, then they would have to face their punishment indirectly in the next life.
Okay. Yeah, very good. So my question is simple. Does everyone remember their previous life? I don't remember.
No, sir.
No one remembers. Because
Marita, do you know? Does anyone here remember what they were in previous life?
No, sir. Obviously, no.
Actually, our software is erased. There is something called erase reset option, no?
The reboot.
Yeah, that is what has happened with our life now. It is a reset. Actually, it is said when soul leaves the body, it goes along with the mind. Mind is a storehouse of experiences, right? Mind is storehouse of the whole thing, what happened in our life. Everything is stored in our mind and intelligence. So when soul leaves the body, mind, intelligence, false ego, everything goes along with the soul. And it enters the next body. But thankfully, by the arrangement of this universe, the superior person who has designed this universe has made an arrangement in such a way that we forget what we were in our last life. Actually, we are fortunate that we have forgotten. Can you imagine if in this life, if we get to know that in previous life we were pigs, this life also we won't lead properly and we will just regret, isn't it? We will regret and cry throughout our life that we were a pig in our last life. This
Sir,
life
but
also
there are very few rare people, sir, like who have backed up their software and like they remember their previous janma. How does that happen, sir? Why are they only like remembering all those? Only them,
yes,
why?
that question I asked, why it is that some people remember, why some people don't remember. I'm coming to it.
So
Exactly,
so
sir.
subject to reset.
Proof?
First thing we should remember is it is good thing that we have forgotten what we were in our previous life, because I told if we remember what we were in our previous life, this life will be pathetic.
yes, sir.
We will literally regret. We will literally have to lead our life in sorrow. That Fortunately, we don't remember our previous life and we are happy now, isn't it? So that is
Yes.
one good thing. Second thing,
Why is it that who have done
yes,
things get memory of their previous life if it gives them sorrows? So then
yes,
They may have any dreadful past, sir.
not everyone gets. Not everyone gets. So in my next class, I will show you some videos. There is a video about this one pilot who reincarnated. His name was James. In his previous life, his name was James. So during World War, there was a he was a pilot. I think some European pilot. While some dogfight, all of you know, many enemy aircrafts they attack from all the sides. In the air only this fight happens, and that particular flight was shot down by one enemy pilot, and this missile goes and hits this particular aircraft, and that pilot dies. And next life he is born as one person. Right from his young age only, he remembers everything about aircraft. He remembers everything about cockpit. He knows everything about flying a plane also. At the age of 5, he knows how to fly a plane. Now, how is this possible? Don't you think this is the case in reincarnation?
Yes, sir.
And he also remembers that he was so and so person in his last life. He tells that his name was James in his previous life, and how he got killed in his previous life. He has drawn drawings. At the age of 5, he is a very good artist. He has drawn a diagram where there is an aircraft being shot by many aircrafts from backside. There are many missiles flying, and his aircraft is being shot by that missile. He remembers that. This case has been taken by Ian Stevenson, and he is the one who has put in this record. This case also he has put. If you go to internet, there is one story of this boy. If you go to YouTube, I am showing you everything in front of you. Everything is there in front of you. I am not hiding anything from you. So 5-year-old boy knows about cockpit. I'll show you this video. See, this is that person. 5-year-old kid knows how to fly a plane. After this class, you just see this video, students. There is a he actually gets an opportunity to enter one cockpit, and he meets one pilot. Can you see this video?
yes,
He is wearing suit of a pilot, and he gets an opportunity. Adam kid, he gets an opportunity to enter the cockpit of Emirates flight. And in that flight, the pilot asks him many questions. What is this button for? His parents have never taught him about how to fly a plane. But at the age of 5, he answers, this particular button is the gear. This particular thing is a steering. This particular button is the button which helps us to eject. It ejects the pilot.
One
This
is a
particular-
flag.
sir, wouldn't have the configuration changed from like World War II?
Yeah,
Yes, the basic controls will still be there. You'll still have a gear for altitude and so on. The
see,
basic controls will be there.
whatever feature you had 10 years before in mobile phone, similar kind of features are there now also. Of course, if it is updated, pilot will say, okay, this is not the feature. This is the feature which is there now. So that I request you to kindly watch that video once. You know what to search in YouTube. You just see this video once, where that pilot is interviewing this child. So like this, there are many cases of reincarnation. A small child knows everything about planes and flights. That means it is a clear case of reincarnation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So In my next class, I will be showing you some videos which I have. I think in YouTube you can watch these videos. There is a video on changing the bodies. There is a video on reincarnation. Actually, I don't have time to show it now. But next session, first 10 minutes, I will show you some videos which will prove about out of body experience, near death experience, and reincarnation. These things I will be sharing you in next class. So these are the scientific proofs that soul actually exists. Okay? Got an idea, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So in next session, I will be sharing you the science of sound, which will be next week. Hopefully, I won't keep any session when you have OT. The sessions will be after your OT only. Don't worry. Okay, I will plan in such a way. Narayana students, if you have any OTs, please let me know. Okay. So I will take everyone's feedback into account and decide my next session. So the
Sir, you
next
told you will send something feedback link, but it didn't came.
yes. So second session and today's third session feedback session link I will send you. All of you please give your valuable feedback. I may
Can you
ask
please
you.
upload the videos, sir, of the first class and second class?
Sure. First class I have uploaded. Second class I will upload. Whoever wants these videos, make sure you send me on personal message on WhatsApp or any admin. There are 3 admins in our value education group. You can send message to any of those 3. They will make sure they will send you the link and help you in all the possible ways. Okay. Now 5 minutes I will take up doubts if anyone has. If you have doubts, please let me know. Regarding this session, if you have any doubts, please tell me. You can raise your hand. Jeevan Akshay.
Yes, sir.
Krishna.
Like you told, I asked you how are people like remembering their last janma. Sir, like someone told people who do more donations, like people who are good soul, they get to know what happens. So is it like God will spare them and like He'll not just what do you tell, destroy all the previous janma memories? Is it something like that? Because the only reason they're good,
Yes.
they are very kind-hearted, something like that.
See, first reason is, see, I remember few of my school teachers, even today. Teachers who taught me in 5th standard, 4th standard. I loved those teachers a lot. That's why today I am able to remember, right? So, in this life, if you love someone too much and some incident happened where that person left his body, in next life you will remember them. This is one reason. If you are too much attached to that person, if you love someone too much, then there is a case that you may remember someone in your next life. That is first case. Second case, you were killed by some murder. Someone brutally killed you. So you will have that attitude of revenge, right?
Yes, sir.
This person killed me, I will not. They in the movies you might have seen dialogues. अगला जन्म देखना तुम, एक और जिंदगी लेके आऊंगा और तुम्हें मारूंगा मैं.
Correct, sir. Correct.
Such kind of people take another birth just to take that revenge. Are you understanding?
Sir, but how, sir? Their soul just wanted to take a revenge, and like, what is making them to remember? How?
Or what is like
Too much
indirectly
attachment. Too much
to
attachment.
bring injustice to the injustice?
Okay, sir.
I told no. Why do I remember only that teacher who taught me in school life? Other teachers were also there. Because he taught me very well. Because he loved me a lot. Because he considered me like his own child. I loved him a lot. That's why today I am able to remember. At the time of death, my death, if the teacher is, he may not be there. Till now, all my teachers are still existing because not a long time. So at the time of death, if I remember those particular teachers, and my body lives remembering them, in my next life I will remember them. So there is this story of Shukla. There was a child, 5-year-old child by name Shukla Devi. This is another case of Ian Stevenson. You just search in internet, story of Shukla, Shukla. Actually, that story of Shukla is there in my PPT also.
Sir, SHU?
Wait, I will show. See, this is that child, Shukla Gupta. So this is a case by Ian Stevenson, where she remembers her past life. She says, in my past life, I was the daughter of so and so. My father-in-law, I was married. My husband's name was so and so. This was her particular village. So there is a story, full story is there, how she actually went to that village and identify all those people who were there in her last life. Shukla she recognized her previous lifetime house. So when she entered that village, she told, wait, I know where is my house now. She only took those people to, Ian Stevenson was there in that this one case. So Ian Stevenson interviewed this Shukla Devi. She told, where is your previous life's house? Can you tell me? She told some city's name, some village name. Then Ian Stevenson found out where exactly this village is. It is somewhere in West Bengal. This incident happened. Then they took her in that particular train to that place. Moment she entered that place, she started dancing. Oh, this is the place where I lived in my last life. And she took them to that particular hut where they used to live. I showed you this photo. Yeah. This hut. This was the particular place where she lived in her last life. She took them to this hut. There she identified her life, her previous lifetime house. She identified her mother-in-law, brother-in-law, husband, daughter. Even her daughter was there. She was 5-year-old. Her previous life daughter was 12 years old. Can you imagine? A 5-year-old girl, she is telling 12-year-old girl, you are my daughter in my last life. She told, this is the person who is my husband. Husband also told that, yes, I lost my life in, I lost my wife just some 15 years before, 15 years or 12 years before I lost my life, wife, not life. So he confirms that. She tells the nicknames of all the family members also. 5-year-old girl. So what does this prove? Again, case of reincarnation. Maybe she had died some pathetic death, or she was attached to her family member. She is remembering these things in her this life. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So people who are too much attached or too much in love with someone, or people, even in ISKCON, there are many cases of reincarnation that has happened. I have personally studied such cases of reincarnation, where one boy used to love one girl in his previous life. He became a lady in his next life. And as a lady, he is remembering who that boy was, where was that place, everything she remembers. All this is possible because of the soul, which is there in our body, which lives, it goes from one body to another body. Yes, Umesh, any doubts? Not Umesh, some Shaurya. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, you told about incarnation, sir. If you remember your previous life, sir, full you'll be sad and all, no, sir. If the previous life would be happy, sir, how can it be sad right now while leading this life?
See, basically, there are 84 lakh species of animals and human beings, everything, including how much? How many? 84 lakh. And Darwin talks about evolution, right?
Yes,
In
sir.
one way, I believe evolution in this way. So, in this life, I am an ant. In next life, I may become a termite. Progress. I progressed, right? Then from
Yes, sir.
termite, in one of the lives, I became a dog. That means I am progressing. My evolution is happening, right? My brain is improving. From dog, I became a horse. From horse, I became a cow. From cow, I became a human being. What is happening in this process? My soul is
Evolution.
body. My soul is changing bodies, but I am evolving, right?
Yes, sir.
In present human life, what we do matters. If I am just wasting my life, I am murdering people and leading a sinful life. In my next life, I may be again go back to some animal life. That means promotion or demotion?
Demotion.
Demotion. So that's why it is said human life is rare. Keep it with care. Human life we get after passing through 84 lakh species, we get human life. This is our scriptures say. There are 4 lakh varieties of human beings. There is a description of this in scriptures. If you want, I can give you reference also about 84 lakh species. Even biology does not talk about 84 lakh species. Does biology talk about this 84 lakh species? Our
No, sir.
scriptures talk about 84 lakh species.
So probably some extent would be explained by biology, the common ones, but the rest may not be or may not be under discovery.
Yes. So there are 4 lakh kinds of human beings with different consciousness. Some people are in mode of ignorance. Some people are in mode of passion. Some people are in mode of goodness. Some people are in pure goodness. Some people are like demigods. You see, Brahma's body is made up of mind and intelligence. He doesn't have a body like us. That is another kind of human being. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell?
Yes, sir.
So there is much more dimensions to our life. Some bodies have fourth dimension, fifth dimension. We cannot see it. There may be living entities living in moon and sun. Problem is we cannot see. It doesn't mean they don't exist, right?
Yes, sir.
They may be having some different kind of body which we cannot see. Scientists cannot see. Astronauts cannot see. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell?
Yes, sir.
What? See, I have been learning science from last 25, 30 years, but I feel science is incomplete. I am feeling that science is incomplete. But when I read scriptures, I have so much faith on scripture that I believe it. I have faith in those. Yes, when scientists cannot answer something, our scriptures can answer. That's why you have Ayurveda. Ayurveda is like all kinds. There is cure for all kinds of diseases in Ayurveda. When there was Corona time, first medicine which came was Ayurvedic medicine, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if in nature, if we have diseases, there are herbs also which are able to cure those diseases. God gives us medicine also in the form of Ayurveda, herbs, different kinds of plants. The Tulsi plant has many medicinal values. So this world has a particular design. Universe has a particular design. It is perfectly made universe. Every design is perfect in this world.
Yes.
Only thing is we don't have gratitude to God. We don't believe in God. We don't believe in some superior power which is controlling us. That is the problem. Now, soul, our parents cannot give us soul, right? Our parents can give us semen, sperm. But Atma is not coming from our parents. Atma has to be some other complex dimension, right? Coming from some superior person who is controlling this universe. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So we don't have knowledge about that. That is the problem. That's why God has given us the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, like Srimad Bhagavatam. We should study these books to get enough knowledge. Only then we will have faith. What we know is just 0.001%. Even if I do PhD in physics, what I know about physics is just not even 1%. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Any other doubts?
Sir,
Sir,
and
I have
have
another doubt.
sir, I have another doubt, sir. Like you
can
had
have
given
Sir,
a
I also have
statement that
another doubt.
soul is
Okay,
neither
okay.
created
One
nor
by one.
destroyed.
Sir, I have another doubt.
Soul can neither be created nor be destroyed.
Yes, sir. So there are only limited souls in the world, and those souls, like what do you tell, choose their body, and the body is getting changed, no, sir.
Who said that there is only limited souls?
Sir, because it can't be created nor destroyed. So only like there are particular souls.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, but my doubt is why do they take so much time, sir? Like one soul or one person who is living like after 70 years as another person who is telling that I'm that person. Why does that take long time? That is one of the doubt. And there is another thing like if one guy has done so much of punya and all, he'll go to heaven and another guy hell, sir. So is that true or there are souls interchanging, which is true, sir?
See, what you have said is only about heaven and hell. Our scriptures talk about spiritual world. There is something called as Vaikunta. Vaikunta, you have heard? If you go to Tirupati, they say Vaikunta
Yes, sir.
Dwar.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Yes,
That is
there are
called
7 doors
Got him, sir.
through which
spiritual world.
Venkateshwar enters, Vishnu enters. And he
God
sleeps
resides.
on Seshadri's.
Yes, God resides in spiritual world. If you take this whole universe, 75% is spiritual world. According to the description in Srimad Bhagavatam, 75% is spiritual world and 25% is the world which we see. All these universes, galaxies, nebula, Brahmanda, constellations, what we see around us, that is just 25% of the whole creation. So there are living entities, souls living in spiritual world also. There are souls living in this universe also, material universe, what we say. Are you understanding? Our
Yes, sir.
Bhagavad
Yes,
Gita
sir.
says, at the time of death, what we think, that is what we will become in our next life. You want to see that sloka? See, if you just type Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam. So this is Bhagavad Gita sloka, 8th chapter, 6th verse. Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam Tyajanti Ante Kalevaram. Tam Tam Eveti Kaunteya Sada Tad Bhava Bhavita. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. What is the meaning of this? What we think at the time of death, that kind of body we will get. I'll give you an example. If you are thinking about eating non-veg at the time of death, then in next life you will get a body of tiger. Wholesale, you can kill how much ever animals you want in the body of tiger, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Open. You will be born as a carnivorous animal. Openly you can eat non-veg. Without cooking also you can eat in the body of tiger. So if you are remembering about eating non-veg at the time of death, you will get life of tiger. Another example you want? Those people who want to expose their body at the time of death, they don't want to wear clothes. Such kind of people exist. So such kind of people will get body of a tree. Tree means it will be just standing at one place and no clothes. Even animals don't have clothes. Obviously, even human beings, when we were born, we were not born with chinos, right? Are you born with clothes? No, we are also. Usually, it is said people who die thinking about exposing their body, they get body of a tree. Openly, some trees they live for 5,000 years. The giant sequoia, if you type in internet, the giant sequoia, this tree lives for how many years? It has the world's hardest trees. Uh, its size is 324 to 326 feet. That is the maximum height which it can reach. What is the lifetime of this? 3,266 years old. All of you know carbon dating and all these processes are there to find
Yes,
the age of
and
tree.
protein isotopes.
So, Jeevan, any partial answer you got or not for your question? Where is he? Oh, he left the class. What was the question he asked? What is the question he asked? Can you remind me? I just forgot.
Sir, he asked if there's only souls in the earth, then who will go to hell and heaven?
Okay. It is the soul. Now, today, now I am in this body. If I do some pious activities in this life, like giving charity, donations, doing good to other people, worshipping God every day, good things, every part of my life I am doing good things. I am doing yajnas, sacrifices, homas. Then my atma, my soul will be transferred to heaven, and there I will get one body suitable to enjoy the heavenly pleasures. It is said in heaven there are some trees which gives us whatever we want. That is called kalpa ruksha. Let's say I ask under that tree, if I ask I want a pizza now, Italian pizza, immediately you will get that. And the lifetime in heaven is like 1,000, 2,000 years, 10,000 years we can live. I am comparing it with earthly years. Okay, our human year now, what we have, our lifetime is 100 years, right? In heaven we will lead our life for 1,000 years. But Bhagavad Gita says that whoever goes to heaven has to fall back to this earth. Again, he has to take another life. So heaven is just like temporary enjoyment. You go there, enjoy for some 1,000 years, again you have to fall to this earth. That means heaven is not the ultimate destination for human beings. What is the meaning of Vaikunta? Kunta means sorrow. Vaikunta means place where there is no sorrow. So in human life on the earth, we are suffering, right? Body we have, birth, old age, disease, death. All these are our sufferings. But it is said if we go to Vaikunta, we will never suffer. We will not get any body there. We will be in the form of a soul. And we will be serving Lord Vishnu over there. Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. That is called spiritual world. That is the purpose of human life. Purpose of human life is to go to that world. That's why in Kannada it is said, Allirudu nama mane, illirudu summane. Did you understand what I said?
Yes,
Our
sir.
real destination is that. And that is the purpose of human life. Not only earning, becoming a engineer, software engineer, then we will die like dogs. If we don't do anything for our soul, if we just do things for our body, we will just die like mad dogs. Then what is the use? That's why it is said in Bhagavad Gita, with mind, we can take a better life in our next life. With the same mind, we can demotion also may happen. Like we may take some animal life, where we cannot think about God. We cannot ask these questions like who am I? Why did I come to this world? What is God? What is my relationship with God? These kind of questions we can never ask in animal life. We can ask it only in human life. That's why I said human life is very rare. Keep it with care. Yes, Dia, what is your doubt?
So you said that soul transfers to 84 lakh species, sir. So if
Yes.
it transfers from one species to other species around 84 lakh species, then it could have taken millions of years, sir. So how is reincarnation possible in this case?
Yeah, it is one type of reincarnation only. Reincarnation basically means soul goes from one body to another body. This itself is
Yes,
called
sir.
reincarnation. So every 84 lakh species is like reincarnation only.
So to
In
remember,
some lives we remember, some lives we don't remember. If we are going to animal life, we don't remember what we were in our last life.
yes, sir.
In Bhagavatam, there are stories where a deer remembers what was it in his previous life. There is story of Gajendra, an elephant. Gajendra elephant, it remembered what was it in its previous life. There are many stories like this in our scriptures. So some people remember, some people don't remember.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Krishna Prasad, any other doubt? Yeah, those who don't have doubts and they want to study, you can go and study, no problem. There is no force. Yes, Krishna Prasad, you have some doubt?
Yes, sir. I had two doubts. The first doubt is, if memory is not stored in our brain as chemical configurations, but or is it not necessarily captured by the soul, then how does memory work in terms of spiritual manner? And how is it that the memory, or strong memory, be it positive or negative, sometimes carries on to our next life?
See, if I ask you how many years you want to live, what is your answer?
So my answer would be I would be left without an answer, because it can completely vary.
What is the
According to
natural
I
answer?
would want
What
to
is the
live.
natural answer? You will say, sir, I want to live like infinite years, isn't it? No one will say, sir, I want to die in 10 years.
No, sir. No, obviously, no one like to say to die in a very short time.
Anyone will say, I want to lead a very long life. Now, where is this property coming from? It is soul. Soul has three characteristics. Soul is eternal.
Yes, sir.
That's why we are getting such kind of feelings, right? Because we are soul, we want to lead a long life. Because soul is eternal. Then that is called Sat. Sat. Soul has three properties. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Soul is eternal, first thing. Sat means eternal. No death. Soul doesn't have death. It is permanent. Chit means Chit means intelligence.
Yes, sir.
It is from the soul only from which we get intelligence. Chit. Third thing, Ananda. Soul is full of bliss. So soul knows only happiness. If I ask you a question, how happy you want to be? You will say, I want to be very happy in my life. From where that property is coming from?
From soul, obviously.
Soul only. So everything is connected to soul. your remembrance, your forgetfulness, your intelligence, your mind, everything is controlled by that one thing, soul. Yes, there is another thing which gives us guidance. When we are in doubts, there is one thing which gives us guidance, that is called Paramatma. Along with soul, there is another thing in our heart, that is called Paramatma. It is Lord Himself residing in our body. Who is Paramatma? Supreme God.
Yes, sir.
So our scriptures say it is Kshirodakshai Vishnu who is residing in our heart. Three kinds of Vishnu are there. Mahavishnu, who creates all the universes. Second one is Garbhodakshai Vishnu, who enters all these universes. And third one is Kshirodakshai Vishnu, who enters every atom, every living entity, every body has a Paramatma. That is Kshirodakshai Vishnu. When I do bad things, from inside there is one voice which comes. Don't do that, isn't it? Today, if I take one cigarette and I start when I start smoking, one voice will come from inside. Mr. Manish, don't do it. This voice comes for everyone. This indication comes for everyone actually. But what we do, we don't hear that voice sometimes and we just do according to our own things. That free will is there for everyone. You're understanding? Every soul is free. Every soul has free will. By that free will, you can take any kind of choice you want in your life. But two choices are there: right choice, wrong choice. So right choice, if you take, you will promote yourself. And if you take wrong choice, demotion. That is the concept of soul which I am talking now. So everything comes from soul only, ma. Any other thing?
Sir, my second
Sorry?
Sir, my
Yes.
second doubt regarding that, I had heard about this moksha, and then there's also another one called one yagna that the people do probably at old age or something. That if they have done any bad deeds, but they want to rectify it, and at least
Pindadana.
provide that not completely. There is one yagna for that, so that at least the
Shraddha,
next life,
Shraddha
to some
ceremony.
extent, can. Pardon, sir?
Shraddha. Shraddha we say. Shraddha.
Okay, sir. I didn't exactly know the name for the second yagna. May I know how those two, moksha and salvation, and the second yagna works? I had a confusion in that.
See, moksha basically means what?
Salvation
Oh.
from Bhuloka.
Soul leaves body, no?
Yes, sir.
When that soul enters another body, is it freedom? Is it freedom for the soul?
No, sir. It will still be caged again. To
See,
face
again
the.
another cage. It is entering. It is like shifting one prisoner from one jail to another jail. What is actually moksha? Liberation. Liberation means soul leaves the body, goes to the spiritual world, where it will be eternal, blissful. Its actual state. You will get your actual identity there in spiritual world. Are you understanding? Oh, my real identity is not this. My real identity is the soul inside. So that soul, when it does not take another body, that is called as moksha. That can be achieved by many processes. So Krishna talks about many kinds of yoga. Yoga actually means what? Yoga means what? Integration.
Yes, sir.
Uniting. There
Unity.
is soul, there is God. There is soul, there is God. So that unification between soul and God is called yoga. First thing, we don't know the meaning of yoga actually. If we read our scripture, real meaning of yoga we get to know. So just holding our breath and doing some asanas, that is not yoga. That is just a part of yoga. Controlling the mind is one of the parts. Are you understanding? There is Dhyana Yoga, there is Hatha Yoga, there is Jnana Yoga. Jnana means just by reading scriptures we get knowledge, no? Through that also we can liberate our soul. Just by listening to some mantras, some stories from Puranas, we can liberate ourselves. There are many methods of liberation. So that is what fifth session I am going to teach you about yoga. What yoga you can do to understand your relationship between you and God. So that is what we are going to study in fifth session. Mostly Dinesh sir, I will ask Dinesh sir to give that session. He will give in proper way. Okay? You understood what is liberation?
Yes, I understood what is moksha, sir. But the second, there was a specific yagna, which I'd heard. I'm not. You had already mentioned the name. I don't remember the name of the yagna.
Ashwamedha.
No, sir. I
Ashwamedha.
don't think it's a horse sacrifice. I have heard it in Ramayana during the first chapter, but it's not Ashwamedha. I'm not sure of the name, but I know that if a person has done a bad deed, he would, however, he wishes to at least be that not exactly.
So those who are sinful, they have a chance to rectify themselves.
Rectify it, basically, but not complete. It won't be completely erased. He will still face a punishment, but his punishment will be pillowed or cushioned.
There are many actually. Yeah, one is called. There are 16 samskaras. For human beings, there are 16 samskaras. 16. If you want to know their names, 16 samskaras. What are those? Riti Rivas, they say, no?
Yes, sir.
So first one is called Garbhadan. Garbhadan samskar is one in which a male and female unites, and that sperm passes from male to female. That is called Garbhadan. Garbha means womb, and male gives on dan, donation. What is that? Sperm. So if you do this Garbhadan, everyone does not do this Garbhadan samskar nowadays. So there is a clear-cut process how to do it. That particular day when that process is happening, one has to keep himself God conscious. He has to worship God. His consciousness should be very good. Okay, and he should eat particular kind of food for 1 month. So like this, many rules are there. Pumsavana. This is another sacrifice. This one, samskara. Seemanto Nayana. The hair, parting of the hair. So basically, one small part of the hair is removed from the pregnant woman. That is the samskara. So this samskara is to prevent premature abortion and all, and to protect the pregnant mother and growth of the child. Jata karma, namakarna, all of you know, name giving ceremony. So now name giving ceremony is also big process actually.
Yes, sir.
This is the homa which you have to do. There is some Brahmins, they come and chant some Vedic mantras, and they recommend some name. They see the chart of the child, astrology they see, and then they say your child is going to be like this. So this thing is better for him or her. All these things. So it is said in our life, if all these 16 samskaras are done, then we will get liberated at the end of our life. So this is one big yajna only. It is sacrifice only. 16 samskaras.
Yes, sir.
So my namkaran was done. I am going to do it for my children also. I will follow all these 16 samskaras. That is the way how we can liberate our children, by giving them samskaras, culture. You understand? Yes, Sanjit. Sanjit is waiting from long time. Yes.
No problem, sir. Sir, what would you say on cryonics, sir? Actually, cryonics is an effort to save lives by using temperatures so cold that a person beyond help by today's medicine can be preserved for decades or centuries until a future medical technology can restore the person to full health.
I had heard about this in very vague terms.
Cryogenic. Today what we have, jet engine, rocket engine, all these are cryogenic engines where they
Yes.
use mercury, hydrogen as the fuel, I think.
Hydrogen is fuel, yes, sir.
So it is a cold engine actually. So cryogenic basically is study of cold temperature, or objects having low temperature. And there is something called as pyrometry. That is the study of high temperatures. Pyrometer means the temperature of the sun and all.
There's a university called Alcor, sir. So they have like tested like 5,000 patients. They have put them to the cryonics process. They're saying that after the technology comes, they're like keeping the tissues alive so they can revive them, sir. Revive them back, and they'll be normal. So is that true or is that false? Like you can search cryonics.
Cryogenic
So, like,
technique is coming in Ayurveda also. If you time, actually what Google gives knowledge, no, that is not perfect. Sometimes they give knowledge in another way. Even if
sir,
you
can
see,
you search?
Sir, Google is community knowledge, sir, which means that
Sir,
it's
can you
not
search cryonics, sir? I want to show you. Yeah, this one.
yes, I am telling you, no, about cryogenics. There is one Shastra called as Vimana Shastra. If you read that, there is book also. Vaimanika Shastra, you will get this book. If you want, you can download. There is a mention about cryogenic engines. And this book is existing from 5,000 years. Already.
Sir, so is that true that we can be immortal?
No.
If we are
no, we cannot be immortal. I told you, liberation means what? We can be immortal only when soul is in liberated state.
Yes.
By giving, actually, liberation depends on mind, intelligence, false ego also, and our soul also. What kind of thoughts we have, what kind of intelligence we have, what we are thinking every moment, everything matters for our liberation. So cryogenic, about this cryogenic engines, already in our Shastra, it is already mentioned. I request you to study some books. Like you can go through this another book by name Science in Sanskrit. Science in Sanskrit. So this PDF is available in internet. I will tell you what it basically contains. Other students are not getting late, or I am not wasting your time, right?
No, sir, not at all.
No, sir.
So this is one book, Science in Sanskrit. Basically, you may need to buy this book. So this is published by one Taruna Bharati. It teaches us importance of Sanskrit language also.
Okay.
Where is that book? This one. What you see on the screen. 156 pages book this is. So everything is which is mentioned in our Shastras is been compiled in this book. I'll show you the content. Like it is already mentioned that path of celestial bodies is elliptical. This is that sloka.
Yeah, Kepler's law.
Kepler didn't give this in our scriptures, already it was there.
Okay, sir.
So in Rig Veda, you have heard about Rig Veda?
Yes, sir, I've heard of it.
So in Rig Veda, it is mentioned the elliptical path through which all the celestial bodies move is imperishable and unslackened. Means that path it will never change. The planets won't change that path. So this is called Trinabi Chakram. Trinabi Chakram is nothing but ellipse. How to draw ellipse also they have shown, you see in the screen. How to draw ellipse you might have studied in mathematics.
Yeah.
You fix 2 points, take one thread and just rotate that thread, you will get an ellipse.
Yeah.
So see, in the Western astronomical tradition up to the age of Copernicus was in 1473, 1543, it was believed that planets and other celestial bodies had circular orbits. But Rig Veda is very old actually. It is already mentioned that path of planets is elliptical. About planetary motion, it is mentioned. So all these were studied by Aryabhata and Baudhayana. Like this, many sages were there. They compiled them in one particular books. Even today, they are available in digital format. Problem is we don't have time to read. We think that science is giving all this knowledge to us. But Veda means what? Knowledge. Vedas have already given us all this knowledge before on.
Yes, sir.
So in this book, every A to Z, about seasons, about comets, it is mentioned already. In that, about engines also it is mentioned. I will show you contents. There you can see about engines also.
Yeah.
So just go to this aeronautics part, 28 page number, you will see about cryogenic engines. In which Shastra it is mentioned, they will show you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Bye,
Any
sir.
other doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you everyone for your wonderful patience to get knowledge. So good night. We all will meet.
Good night, sir.
After 1 week. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.